Good evening, folks. Welcome to ZSR and welcome to the Breath of the Wild Any% tournament. I'm so happy we're back with Breath of the Wild Any%. It's like the best racing game just because everyone is good except for Song, and then he throws the win of the tournament. They can't hear you right now. I just say that because Song is actually on comms, and I'm more than happy to have him because I love that guy. So let's dive right into the action and let's dive right into the game. And for whatever reason, Limcube changed his layout between me setting up the cropping. Is Gwosh's stream dead for you right now? Yeah. Apparently it died. Oh yeah, it just came back. It just came back. Okay. A little bit of cropping adjustment on Lim, and then we're good to go. And I leave you to Song, to Pika, and to Mishikusa. Enjoy.
No,
Oh,
now that Tracy's gone, we can have fun, finally. Wow, he's not going. Never mind.
Weird, I thought some kind of cropping was meant to happen. I don't see it.
Oh yeah, we can still see Lim's layout.
It's...
You can, but the audience can't.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, sure.
Nice.
Nice. We can see the cheating in the background then.
there we go. See the splits. Judge them.
Yep.
Yeah, good luck to both runners.
It's off timing again. Big pog.
So, is there like any pre-race thoughts you've got about what's going to happen in this one?
Lim's gonna do wind bombs probably.
This one gonna be interesting because I feel like Lim is kind of rusty, but at the same time, he's been doing on shrines, so I don't know what to expect from Lim personally. And for Gwosh, I feel pretty much the same actually. He does any percent occasionally, but he hasn't been around for a while, so we'll see how these runners deal with the rust. Especially since any percent is a super tough category, so finishing a run is already hard as it is. But I definitely think that both of these runners are fairly skilled, so I'm interested to see what happens.
I know one. I actually don't know the other. I do not know Gwosh.
Oh yeah, like I said, he just does any percent occasionally, and he's been kind of
what is
inactive
his
lately.
main category?
Any percent is his main category.
Oh, okay. He just only occasionally plays. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I wonder if I wonder if he plays in secret, for he must have had enough confidence to join the tournament.
Yeah, I won't put that behind him. I mean, to be fair, we all thought Keyser Nation was gonna be rusty, and he actually showed up. And
he certainly still was rusty.
Oh yeah, but
you did tell me he hadn't played in a very, very long time. Yes, he did. I lost poorly.
Oh, so that was it.
Indeed.
So we'll have to see it. Yeah, it's going to be interesting in that case to see the Lim versus Gwosh.
It could happen.
Yeah, as you saw, runners just clicked out of Shrine of Resurrection, and they're gonna be making their way to Stasis. With this route, ever since Cleveland was discovered, we just are skipping the tower and going straight for shrines. Clipping into
going
shrines.
Back for more food and still getting more food.
I like that. I like that.
Yes, lots of safety definitely, because there's definitely going to be lots of moments that are going to be quite risky. Especially coming up, there's the moment where they grab a bow like in a chest, and then there's the possibility of bokoblins deciding to hit Link either with an arrow or with their attack and all that. And if you don't have food, it can be quite bad at this moment. especially in a race context.
Yeah, definitely playing it really safe. I mean, in theory, you should only need 3 mushrooms, but if
2,
anything
right?
goes wrong,
You lose a heart.
you lose a heart if you get hit, but you can actually roll and lose an extra half a heart.
Oh,
So
okay, sure. Oh, are we thinking not hit by the bow? We're getting hit by the other guy.
yeah,
I actually haven't been hit by a melee mob in a very long time with that like arcing semicircle that you do to the left.
and there you go. Lim actually getting hit by the bow guy.
Oh, almost getting hit by the other
Oh.
guy.
Oh my goodness.
Clearly, Lim needs an arcing semicircle to the left.
Well, he has plenty of food, so he's fine.
Yeah, he's super good. He's fine for this. He's fine for any later awkward health loss as well. He's still got quite a bit.
We can see they went for a different movement option. Like Limcube went for sliding on the snow while Gwosh whistle sprinted his way to the wall.
That was definitely a bit unusual. It may just be due to the fact that he hasn't played in a very long time. Maybe that wasn't done initially. I'm not sure.
Perhaps. It just seemed can come up a bit as strange because the advantage of shield sliding on the snow is that it doesn't do damage on the shield. So that's why it's pretty good to do it on the snow and it slides pretty easily. He probably had a good reason, or maybe it's just not. Maybe, yeah, indeed, maybe it's rust that makes him want to go for that instead. There must be a reason. But so far, they're pretty close to each other, so it's interesting to see how this is
Yeah,
going to
the only
develop.
divide seems to be the starting mishap.
Yes, indeed.
Let's see how long that holds up.
Yeah, the main difference is Stasis is in races at least. It's normally just trying to resurrection clip in terms of movement. There's not too much of a time save in general.
Indeed, that's
so
for sure.
PTVs is where it's gonna get fun. For now, the runners got the Stasis rune.
BTB is the only reason it's fun, huh? So
we used to use Stasis a lot, but not anymore. Ever since the fun started, apparently, according to Michikusa here.
the fun started indeed.
Anyways, Gwosh going for the shield jump. That shield jump can be a little bit scary.
Yeah, you certainly can die. That is another place that extra food can come in handy. If you eat past the heart, you will actually respawn.
Indeed, you lose one heart when you void out, so
yep,
getting there avoids the game over, which is a pretty significant time loss. If I'm not mistaken, it's like
quite bad.
30 seconds, and you start at the beginning of the shrine.
Yeah, with the load and everything, it's definitely quite a bit of time. Someone did mute their phone, and that was me. Yes, the most interesting part of any percent, the menuing.
It's pretty interesting. Just a random old man appearing out of nowhere.
Looks like Lim has successfully done the first two.
Guess now they're just about to finish.
So basically, the old man is just allowing us to go through all the shrines and get the paraglider, which is actually pretty important because the reason why we do plateau and we don't try to skip it is because you need the paraglider. There's kind of like a void box around plateau, so if you try to go out, no matter how fast you're going, you're always gonna void out. Basically, what removes that void is getting the paraglider.
He's gonna hit the. Oh, okay, he went for 3 hits. I got very confused for a second. Actually, both players in going for the 3-hit boulder here.
And now we're gonna see the first bullet time bounce of the run. This bullet time has been pretty cursed throughout the tournament, so let's see how this one goes.
Lim aiming a little bit too far to the left.
Gwosh.
Looks good.
Looks pretty good.
Yes.
So
you can see how like a bullet time bounce can make a difference here because now Gwosh is ahead all of a sudden.
Well, Lim has to reattempt. Unfortunately, there is no way to recover other than reattempting for this trick. Well, at least this usage of it.
So what happened there is when you enter bullet time, basically everything slows down by 19 times. But there are certain interactions that don't slow down,
Succeed.
like bouncing on ragdolling enemies. So when you exit bullet time, the speed of the bounce gets multiplied by 19, and that's why you get such insane speed and height.
Oh, Lim going for ESC.
Yeah, he does that in all
Oh,
shrines.
that's
Nice.
good. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
First try.
First try EST. Amazing. And actually, Gwosh had a lot of trouble clipping into the elevator, so now Lim is
Yes, he
ahead.
actually got caught up. Gwosh seemed to have lost skew with one of his rolls. His attempts to clip.
Yeah, the ESC is not a technique we see much in any percent. I mean, I don't think there's really many people using it. I think there's like a handful of runners that do it, and well, as we see, Lim seems to be doing it here, but I mean, most people just use the normal clipping methods usually.
It makes sense that Lim opts to use it here. He probably uses it quite frequently, and this is probably one of the easiest ones to do. So if he's very practiced, it doesn't make sense that he would go for it here. Plus, it looks cool.
I mean, I think that in a race, it's a bad idea to go for ESC, to be honest.
Yeah, because it can happen. You can have circumstances even when you're consistent with the trick of just missing the frame, and there's nothing you can really do about it.
Exactly.
The game, unfortunately, does not really allow a standardized frame advance. You need to buffer with the D-pad. I do believe it is possible to frame advance with the menu, but it's extremely difficult. With the D-pad, you're probably expecting to do 2 to 3 frames or even more between each press. So if you miss that single frame, it can be quite bad.
Exactly. You're doing a frame perfect trick with a 2-frame buffer method. So it can get pretty rough.
So yeah, I see Chara asking in the chat, why is the game not English? And yeah, that's because of not just the text,
This
but
is a European stream.
also yeah, the voice acting, which is faster, like in the context of any percent. Like the fastest is French, but second fastest is German by 1 frame, I think. I keep forgetting. Is it something like that?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's 1
that's
frame.
correct.
So that's why
1/30th
usually in any
of a second.
percent we play either in French or in German.
Lim seeming to get the BTB, but at a very odd angle and very low. He'll likely stop early and then just do a recovery strategy from here. He opts to grab additional food and what looks like, I imagine, additional arrows, which will be 10 total. Question is, does he attempt? No, he doesn't attempt to launch from the tree. Some players do opt to just always run, simply because the tree can be a bit fiddly. I do think this one is a little bit easier than the one after bombs. Well, sorry, not after bombs. After Magnesis on the way to bombs.
Gwosh also getting the 10 arrows and going for the launch.
Yep, going
He
for the
can-
launch this time.
Definitely can catch up if he gets it.
A good successful launch here with additional hits on the tree can get you the entire way to the shrine. Lim going for even more food and arrows from the boxes. Gwosh landing pretty well. Basically making up all the time with that launch right there.
That will depend on the clip-in, which Lim just got quite well.
Yep, and it looks like Gwosh will get it as well. Oh, he unfortunately hopped onto his shield and lost his skew. He'll have to go out and get it again.
Basically, when you're clipping, if you land on your shield, you have to do it all over again.
Oh, he may not have the most appropriate angle now. Oh no, never mind.
Reminder that weapon and durability and shield durability is a thing in this game, so you definitely don't want to land on your shield too much. If you break your shield, you can do bullet time bounces. So you definitely need your shield to last all throughout plateau.
Well, worst case scenario, if it breaks there, you can always do what basically happened in my race, which is to then pick up a shield from one of the bocos later on. But
Okay.
that's really worst case scenario. Hopefully,
That's probably your last chance to really grab one without
Yeah.
losing a significant amount of time as well.
I
The
actually
run
think
to
that-
bombs can be slow, but if you miss it after bombs, there's a camp that's extremely far away, so you don't want to break your shield, especially on bombs.
Yeah, I think that reloading is probably faster than going out of your way to get a shield.
Exactly. Unfortunately, you do in fact keep your skew when you reload, so if your shield only has the durability to last one more hit, and you aren't able to successfully save the durability by doing another glitch, you can just break the shield, reload, and then you'll have your skew still.
Both are still fairly close. Lim finishing Magnesis. Gwosh on the other side.
Gwosh
reaching the
slowly
end.
finishing as well. Yep.
I wonder what strat Limcube will do now. There's two ways to get to the Bokoblin camp. We used to
He's
bullet
got a
time
box
bounce
walk,
bombs.
Wait, he doesn't. I'm surprised.
I
You
thought he
can
would have gone for
basically
box block, but I can see why he's not going for it.
Limcube being one of the first people to really start doing box walk in any percent heavily, as far as I remember.
yeah.
Although the trick had been around for a while.
Okay, hopefully Bokoblin behavior will be good, which it looks like it is.
Seems good, yeah. Oh, unfortunately, landing on an odd spot and going at the direction. It's still worthwhile to continue this generally, as it is quite a slow reload. Now Gwosh also launching over. Unfortunately, falling a little bit short, but not into the water. And Lim landing a short way away from the shrine.
Okay, so if Gwosh gets a good BTB, this might be a chance to catch up.
Certainly so. Catch up and get ahead.
Oh,
Ooh, barrel.
He took the hit from the barrel and then decided to just run.
he didn't want to risk it, so it's kind of the platform that could have worked still, but it was definitely incredibly risky to try. The good thing about running to Bomb Shrine is that there is a tree that has a beetle in it, at least 95% of the time, so you can at least grab a beetle on the way to Bomb Shrine, and the beetle is going to be very useful later on, so we'll see.
Limcube getting the first clip, but missing the second one, unfortunately. Then quickly getting the second one. Still, both players are very close apart. It will definitely come down to Castle BTB on who stays ahead into the second half of the 80% route. Or route.
Yeah, neither of the runners went for the beetle, so
Yep.
I have to go for it later. I wonder if Lim will go for wind bombs.
I'm curious as well.
So wind bombs is a new strat that was discovered recently. You basically drop two bombs, enter bullet time. Detonate the first bomb you drop so that it pushes the second bomb, and the second bomb hits Link in the butt. He basically goes flying. Super simplified.
Limcube
Definitely
is
going
going for wind bombs, yeah.
Very nice.
Removing his
also now-
ragdoll by
Let's see if
doing
he does
that.
it.
Yeah. Yep, this should be fine.
He did it. The boss.
Very nice.
Opting to take the extra time to D-pad and blow up the other bomb as well. I might note, maybe he's just prepared in case he misses the throw.
Yeah, maybe. He always just seem like trying to get some good muscle memory going. I think that it's very common to forget to detonate that bomb. For example, if you miss a wind bomb once.
Generally, you don't need to, though. And I suppose, yeah, in other situations, certainly so, yeah. I agree. Off successes, you don't need to. Off failures,
Yeah.
you definitely do. Or sometimes failures can result in both bombs exploding, which is another one of many unusual things that we don't quite understand yet. It does seem that bombs can detonate other bombs, though, so it's likely that they were too close together.
Yeah, it requires pretty precise timing. Like if you do it too late, maybe it just won't hit you at all, or if you do it too close, you just get detonated in the back and you just fall off.
Yep.
It's a question of timing, I reckon.
It absolutely comes down to timing. And the small variations of that will change how the wind bombs go.
Okay, so Lim is almost done with the plateau, but Gwosh isn't that far behind, so, you know, still, things could easily change.
Lim opting not to do the wind bomb here, as most runners have decided to do lately, especially if you are committed to no amiibo. Ooh, I just noticed I was slightly far behind. So I'm probably commentating on things that did happen a little while. Him getting his beetle here.
Yeah, I think if I recall correctly, the reason why usually the wind bomb at this spot is a bit iffy to go with, especially in a race, is because of the loading of the beetle or something like that.
Yeah, the beetle can choose to just load as it wishes, basically. Unfortunately, there's no real way to tell whether or not it was on the tree that you passed, or otherwise. And unfortunately, if you alert the beetle, that can... Ooh, Limcube landing a very awkward rocket launch.
I can't
I
believe
guess it didn't fall off.
landed on the roof.
That's really good, actually.
Yeah, he didn't get all the hits he needed and he still landed on the roof. That's amazing.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
when you think
unfortunately,
about
the
it,
beetle...
there's like so many holes in the roof of the Temple of Time. It's very easy to actually fall into one of them.
Gwosh getting a very good beetle placement here as well. Unfortunately, not getting any additional hits. He does try to recover it though, but he opts to just run to the next tree instead. Will he reattempt the launch? Yes, he will.
Oh yes,
reattempt
doing
the
with the
launch.
second tree.
Not doing wind bombs, this can require you to pick up an additional weapon in armory, otherwise you may face breaking your axe. Unfortunately, running out of stamina off of this as well. Needs to continue and run the rest of the way.
Lim
You
actually
could try to
getting-
use his axe here again, but generally 3 is where it breaks.
It looks like Lim did a pretty good BTB here.
Yeah, he got a perfect one.
Yeah, it should be fine.
First try, which is extremely nice since that's the hardest VTB in 80% by far. So
Absolutely.
getting that first try
Run
is
killing BTB.
amazing.
So now the question is, how will his banana RNG be?
It's gonna get good banana RNG. I mean, it's 56% chance, right? There's no way he doesn't get it in at least
Right,
two
no
tries.
way, huh?
There's no way.
There's no way, huh?
Officially speaking. But you know how it can be sometimes.
Statistics
We'll see what happens.
Second try. Alright, 20th try. Interesting, interesting. Any more bets?
Okay, so what Lim just did by like removing his shield and putting back down is to help with loading the cutscene in and just loading everything, so then he can save just before. There we go.
Saving before arrows. That's very interesting.
Yeah, normally I guess if he's got bad armor RNG, he can load back in, but
Oh,
it
no,
looks like
he's... Oh, and then saving
now
again.
he's saving
so
again.
he's definitely preparing for any poor RNG situations.
Oh my god.
Circumstance. Words are hard. Double
What
banana
the-
first try.
What's with this tournament and excellent RNG for most people?
Keyword most. Generally how it goes.
Oh, getting
Gwosh
spotted.
can get the BTB. Oh, a little bit too early. I wonder if he'll go for backup.
Backup or reload? That's the question, right?
Yes.
Looks like backup. I definitely
Yeah,
think that is a
backup.
strong call. Going for the reload, especially after you missed the first one, it's such a dangerous situation to put yourself in. Unless you're very confident you can drag your timing back out of it, it can be quite hard to adjust.
Yeah, BTB is so hard that if you're just not confident in it, it's better to just take the backup 100%.
Mm.
It looks like he's gonna go in it with wind bomb route.
Does look like it.
Oh,
Well,
Limcube
it has to be. I suppose.
actually that's a very interesting wind bomb route.
Oh
so-
wait, hold on. What is this? It's like more styled towards. Wait,
No,
what
I
is
mean-
this? I'm confused.
No. I know. So Lim doesn't feel comfortable. You normally wanted to drop a bomb between those two barrels on the left to lure out the Lixalfos, sneak strike him, and get the boomerang.
Hmm.
But Lim doesn't feel
Saving
comfortable with that strat, So he wants shock arrows ideally here to just shock the Lizalfos
Oh, I see.
and get the boomerang that way. So as you can see, Lim stopped for a moment, so
Gwosh
there's
getting
shock
his
arrows
recovery.
and just kept going. And actually, you normally want to wind bomb from Dining Hall to Sanctum right away without picking up anything on the way, but Lim does takes a bit of a different path and goes through some chests that have bomb and fire arrows, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting.
You'll see this is kind of like the tournament version of the wind bomb route. I wanna say it's
Prevent the RNG issues. But
Yeah.
then, what if you
it's
never
so
get
well.
shock arrows?
Oh, that's
wonder
why he
what-
stays before the boxes. I mean, if he doesn't get
That's
shock
what I
arrows, he
mean.
gets
Then
wind
you
bombs.
don't get them again. That's
I
a
wonder what
very
Lim
real
would have
possibility.
done like if he hadn't obtained like the shock arrow for the Lizalfos. I guess he would have reloaded.
You would have had to reload, I imagine.
Hmm.
Chances are pretty high, admittedly, of getting at least one.
I was having to use bombs to. Oh, my first try. There you go.
Oh, interesting. Oh, no axe. I see.
Yeah, no axe.
Something to note, like when you're cooking, is that you definitely want to have the enemies out of the camera, because otherwise it won't let you cook.
No axe also means no weapon sprint, so he has to be a little bit careful.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing this route.
Yeah, so Lim gets his arrows, then wind bombs to another chest with 5 bomb arrows, and then wind bombs again to Sanctum. You normally wouldn't go for these chests, but
It seems insane to add additional wind bombs for that very reason.
I mean, he's not adding wind bombs, he's still doing 2.
Oh, I suppose.
Gwosh had an unfortunate game over.
So the chest is above the wall. You say, yeah, okay, I understand. Thought we were doing something and then doing the 2.
Yeah,
Ah, I see.
that one has 5
That
bomb
was quite
arrows.
precise.
Excellent.
Yep, he's more than prepared for Ganon.
Yes.
31 arrows was it, and a bunch of elementals, bombs and such.
Hmm.
Now he has to, unfortunately, do this launch with the Guardian looking at him, but it seems like he'll be getting it. Yep. No problems at all.
There's really no room
And
for
this-
error for this one. If you fail it, you get smashed by the Guardian.
You can't miss the jump, yeah, certainly so. But that bomb does land you in probably the safest place to be. There aren't any Guardians that look down that pathway as far as I'm aware, so as long as you end up on that side, you should be okay.
Yeah, very nice by Lim. Hitting blights.
Yeah.
Watch on the other side. Cooking right now. Going for 3 wind bomb. Cancel out.
The classic.
The classic doesn't have any problems cooking, which is probably way harder
Big deal.
for this route. Yes. As we know, fights are really hard. You can easily die here, so race
Absolutely.
is still far from over.
So,
A death here instantly ties it up again, almost.
meanwhile, Gwosh just got the Rolgarg sword, and I think he's going after the library route, which is definitely the safer alternative right now. So I guess he should also be joining the fight quite soon.
Oh, picking up the extra sword since he doesn't have an axe. It's also very good since that sword has plenty of durability, so you can do as many box launches as you need.
That's true.
Yeah,
Certainly
I
you
mean,
don't want to
you
try
don't
and
need
do more than 2 though.
True.
It becomes much more complicated at that point, although there is a 3rd box that I'm now aware of.
Well, yeah, there's no real backup, I wanna say, for this box launch, or no fast one. I'm pretty sure that reloading is just the best option after.
Yeah, if you've
Using
lost
all
all
the
your boxes,
boxes.
that's it, yeah.
Well, basically, if you miss this box launch coming up, the box breaks, so you have pretty much 3 tries. Oh, Lim. Okay.
Oh, I would
I
be
was-
very surprised if he lost that, considering it hit the blight. But
It was
could happen, I suppose.
It has definitely happened.
This
Yeah,
goes
Gwosh has
3-3.
been using his extra swords that he picked up in the guard's chamber, like the weapons room, for the launch. And this deck is pretty good. He's on his way to the fight. I wonder if Lim will go for I guess he will for the one cycle second phase.
I suppose you always go for it. It's whether or not you get it.
Yeah, I suppose that'd be not a question. It's
I've
just
been noticing
sometimes
some different trends to that
like
lately.
getting the double hit can be a bit tedious, but hopefully he'll get it.
For me, it's more so whether or not Fireblight rather decides to just get up straight away.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I've experimented with quite a few things lately, but it still seems a little bit hit or miss.
Oof. Like one hit away from getting one cycle. That's tricky. But he's done with the Fireblight. That's nice.
Yep. Now Thunderblight. Let's see how it goes.
Meanwhile, Gwosh is on second phase of Wind Blight. Things look okay so far. Tonight he does with 3 headshots and prepares himself to finish Wind Blight off. He broke his spare, so he won't be able to get those kind of extra hits on Water Blight, but that's fine. It's not a deal breaker.
Right, very true.
And it's getting like lots of hits right now, so that's so wow. That was a really smooth first hit actually.
Those were some very nice triple hits. Lim so far having no trouble with lights. Not really clean.
Yeah, Lim now just finished the Blight and is now trying to Ganon, so let's see how that goes.
Well, he has amazing air RNG, so literally unless Calamity gives him the worst RNG, it should be a breeze, at least first phase. But we'll see. You never know with Calamity.
Yeah, very true.
All depends on how he moves right here, and as long as Calamity doesn't corner Lim, should be completely fine. That looks very good.
Looks like a normal start, yeah. Grabbing an extra shield for safety. Or maybe it's done intentionally.
Basically, Pomeros deal insane. Well, they deal 10 extra damage per hit,
Yep.
so having a lot of Pomeros is very good for Calamity.
So long as you secure those headshots, we'll quickly make phase 1 go. Right.
Camineros is the best way to deal damage. Fastest one, rather. Yeah, Calamity is just staying away. So
Saving 4 for that, just in
you have
case.
no trouble. Yeah, Lim is basically saving Pomeros because Pomeros is the fastest way to get Calamity off the wall. And you want to get Calamity off the wall
Versus
because
3.
you don't want Calamity to start attacking from the wall.
Yes. Phase 2.
And for okay. Getting laser as second attack. It's not the best RNG, but it could be worse, so that's something.
Unfortunately, missing the first reflect.
You always get a second
Swapping
one.
shields. Well, yes, you will always get a second one.
Oh, notably,
losing
his
second
Claymore
shield.
seems to have extra durability, which is an RNG factor. So that means I think he could actually do the stun lock in just one, with one weapon. I think.
If you want to, yes.
Oh, getting. Oh my.
Okay, he gets it.
I mean, you got that one.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Gwosh is almost done because now he's on the second phase of Thunder Blight.
Yep, he'll be stunning Calamity really soon.
Yeah, wall laser is always scary.
There we go. Now, Gwosh is likewise onto Calamity Ganon, so now good luck.
Yep. Looks like Lim is
put-
having no problem stun locking here.
Next unlock, almost done. Maybe 2 more rotations.
Yep. And one more.
And there we go.
That should be it.
Yes. Nice.
Yeah, that was a nice
Remarkably
one,
close.
actually. Oh, Wash actually has really good arrow RNG too.
Me as well, yes.
Yeah, I think it should be a pretty quick first phase. Should be fun. Like it's just going at it with the arrows. It's really good.
Did Wash pick up the Claymore?
I'm not
That I saw.
sure.
Kind
So
of
yeah, as you can see
worried.
now that Calamity went on the wall, he's going. He shoots him with the bomb arrows to make sure he comes back to the ground. And if you headshot him while he's on the wall, you will just need 1 bomb arrow instead of 2. Now Gwosh is on second phase. Now the big question, will Lim feed the horse, kill the horse, or do nothing?
I'm gonna say Lim is going to do nothing. And Wash forgot the Claymore. Indeed.
He did forget the Claymore.
So that happens a lot. Sometimes runners just pick up the 10 bomb arrows and start spamming arrows. Don't forget about the Claymore. You need the Claymore to the stand on second phase, so hopefully Wash gets another laser here.
It seems like he's also got like a pretty good RNG Claymore, like yeah, with extra damage. It looks like.
Yes, attack up Claymore. You can get an attack up Claymore in any percent, but it's fairly rare.
Yep. It's one of those additional random things.
Mm.
Oh, missing a stun lock.
Calamity's
And
gonna
Calamity
kill
going
him
to the
now.
wall as well.
Oh yeah, that's pretty unlucky. Oh, wall laser. He did it. Very nice.
All of these runners get wall laser, and I think it's the hardest one. I think everyone in the tournament has gotten the parry.
And now Lim is almost done.
And Gwosh finishing off the phase as well.
Very nice.
And Lim is done.
Alright, GG's. Shortly wait
GG's,
for
Lim.
Gwosh to finish up.
Congratulations on 36-26. Very nice.
So now, I don't know. Do you think we should bring Limcube in for an interview? Because now, even
sure.
Gwosh is at we're almost done. Just crazy how close those
We're right
races
at
were.
the end.
Yeah, but the runners
Yes,
have
it was really close.
very nice calamities. That was really good. Yeah, Lim, if you want, you can come into the waiting room so we can pull you in for an interview.
So now Gwosh is holding onto all of our hopes. Will he kill the horse or feed the horse?
Someone's gonna have to give Lim the ZSR link. I think he's in this one.
Wait, is Lim not? Oh, Lim's not here. Sure, One for Discord.
I think there is the link on the wait on the wait here we go.
Oh, mod only. Okay.
There we go. It's actually pretty simple URL.
J'étais avec toi depuis
Okay, so Lim's now waiting.
chacun de tes pas.
Meanwhile, Gwosh is at the very end of the fight.
Tes succès,
Yep.
tes combats.
One final hit, and we'll be done on both
Quoi,
sides.
je savais. J'en étais certaine. Je savais que tu affronterais Ganon et que tu en sortirais vainqueur.
Doesn't do anything to the horse either.
Smart.
Link.
Smart.
This is
Someone-
racing time.
If you have the outdraft, you can kill the
And
horse.
congratulations to Gwosh, who just finished now.
GG was
Yes, GG's.
with a timeout 39:05. Congrats to both runners.
And now
Good racing.
Lim should be in. So
Yep.
hello.
Hi there.
Hey then, what's up?
What's up? Surprised, honestly. I mean, I just did some practice. We literally just finalized those setups for those wind bombs and castle. I felt okay with them after the practice, but they work out pretty well. I messed up the first one once. The bombs one worked, Calamity. I mean, basically my idea, I was listening into the commentary. You basically got my idea. This is probably how I'm going to be playing this tournament. I'm not going to be opting for like always the very best, but I'm going to get extra arrows, extra food if I can. Loses like 3 seconds, but I'm basically never going to have like issues with Calamity arrows. And it worked out.
Yeah, it did definitely work out this time.
I mean,
And if
yeah,
you're listening in, you always have the option to see if your opponent ever gets ahead, you can opt for something more dangerous if you really feel you need to try and make up time. So I think that's definitely an appropriate way to go.
So yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with this. What happened again? I missed Cryo BTV. I got first try ESC, which was POG. I got like
that was nice.
Oh
not
yeah,
so- and not
I
so
was a
good.
bit surprised to see the ESC, but you did really well in that aspect. So GG.
Yeah, it was stylish. First
Yeah.
try.
I feel like it's I'm also gonna make at some point like a tutorial about it. I feel like it's really not that bad. It saves a lot of time over most people clip methods. Like obviously if you look at like Song or you guys, you have like pretty fast setups for the normal cryo clip. You can clip to the elevator from the side, which saves like a second, blah blah blah. If you do that, the ESC maybe saves like 5 or something, or 4. But over most people it saves like a in my case, I mean, I got quote-unquote lucky that Gwosh had issues there, but I really don't like CryoClip too much, and the ESC is doable, and it feels smooth if it works. If it doesn't, in attempts you reset. In longer categories, it doesn't really matter. I think it's not a bad idea to do it.
Definitely is the easiest one to go for right there. The only risk you run into is if he's just missing the timing on the frame. But it seems like you have no problem there, and it's really how it goes. When you have the timing down, it should work consistently for a while at the very least.
Oh yeah, and the one thing I don't, like Song said, I know how it technically works, but I feel really sketch using the bomb strap for the Sulfurs, so I'm just banking on the fact, at least for this race, maybe next race I will have the real strat, quote-unquote. But for now, I'm just gonna hope for shock arrows. I mean, just today.
Wait,
That
are
was-
you gonna reload if you don't get shock arrows?
Today I would have
Curious.
done it, but
Okay.
Once again, in the
The chance is
future, I
extremely
prefer-
high for what it's worth. You should
Yeah.
very rarely not end up with any.
I saw like a clip of you, Song. You landed somewhere, and there was like a shock arrow chest on the roof. That's like close to banana, right? But that
Yes.
doesn't seem worth it.
Yeah, it's really, really close. You can basically glide to the banana room from there. So
Interesting.
Interesting.
I consider
interesting.
that. You might
Yeah,
consider
but the shock arrow is really nice. You also, actually, technically, you don't have to get a backup shield because you can get both his shield and his
You
boomerang.
can do just you can
and
just skip
that
out on
kind of
backup
works
shields.
out. But yeah.
Generally
anyways.
speaking, like RNG's been pretty good on your run.
Oh, dude, did I get banana first try? Yeah, right, and
You
2.
did.
You did.
Yeah, two bananas.
I think I
first
didn't
try.
even use 2 because I was just not expecting that.
fair
Also,
enough.
my BTB, it worked, but that's not usually the angle I get. It was like higher, so I did some pumping. I wasn't sure, but yeah, that part went well.
It's fair enough. I think it was a very good BTB. Looked pretty good
No,
to
it
me
was,
at least.
it was a great VTV. In the first try is always the best.
Yeah, it's very, very good. Especially considering at this point it's make or break for getting a first try or not. Just kills runs on its own.
Eventually,
It's very tilting when you just don't get it.
Eventually, I will get a better time in this category, but right now I'm going to be focusing on the tournament for like safety strats, and then eventually sub 30 attack or something.
And then you're going to continue. Imagine you're going to still continue on your all shrines grind. So I think that's probably important to note that you've not been doing any percent at all. So this is definitely a very, very good performance.
Yeah, I mean plateaus, we all do it.
Very true.
Nothing doesn't change too much. The only thing that I had to kind of clean up on is we actually Calamity doing all dungeons helped me a little bit with Calamity because you still fight him with only one stamina bar. So the second phase is close to the same. It's not exactly the same. And I feel like by doing all different kinds of categories, I still had to do Calamity in every single one of them. So my aim is still fine. Like I still know how to react. Any percent just makes it riskier, but it's doable.
That's fair enough. So basically all you needed to do at the during your practice was just fill in the gaps?
Exactly, specifically Castle BTB, Castle, and then Blights, because Blights are either not there or they get one-shot by Great Eagle Bow in other categories.
Yep. Very true. Okay. Any final thoughts from anyone?
That was a nice run.
Thank you
Yeah,
for commentating.
There's something I'd like to say, which is that I'm really impressed with the fact that both of you guys managed to get sub 40 runs. Because even if your overall average run or PB is much lower than that, like for you, both you and Gwosh, you know, in a race setting, it's easy like to choke runs, and you know, even experienced runners out there got above 40 and all that, which is absolutely normal, you know. So GG, you know, on getting so to both you and Gwosh, who both got like pretty good times, like considering to the race.
Yeah, GG to Gwosh, he was doing well. I hadn't seen much of him. Song was telling me he's usually running this on and off, and that still seemed pretty clean. Like he maybe had one misset or two, but still got the BTBs down, the clips relatively fine. Wasn't stuck at Ganon, so that was still pretty nice.
It seems like either the practice or the muscle memory definitely shows.
Yep.
Can't say either because I'm not sure. He may be playing on his own time, just not publicly. So we can't really tell in that respect.
True.
All right, folks. So this was it for actually the final match of the winners bracket, or the normal bracket, I guess you want to say, of round 2 for sure. Though we have all our round 2 matches settled, and this means that Limcube is going up against Outer Earth in the next round, which is the first round to actually have best of 3s. The first match for that is actually happening on Saturday so far, which is Harmgen versus Lu.
Champ.
And tomorrow at 2 p.m. UTC, we actually have Jimbo versus Pikastrav. That's a lower bracket round 2 match, so one final best of one.
Yep, so the first set of lower bracket matches will in fact be best of 1s, and then they will carry into best of 3s as well.
Yes.
All the way up until the crossover.
And I know you hate me for it, but I like getting you under pressure, so deal with it. But yeah, this is gonna be great. I hope. Yeah, raising the stakes, exactly. One more losers bracket round 2 participant to find. That one will be found in a match between Destructor and Future on Saturday. And that's it for now. GG to Limcube and to Gwosh. And with that, thanks everyone for watching. Shoutouts to Song, Pika, and Mishi Kuza for the commentary. And now, get all out of here. Thanks everyone for watching.
Alright, I'll just throw myself out.
Shoutouts to the new Twitch font being ugly. GG.
Yeah, shoutouts to new Twitch, dude.
Bye guys, see you.
Bye.
Thank you and bye bye.